If you live in southern Indiana and work in Louisville, congratulations. Your morning commute has officially become a bi-state custody battle. And somehow, a fight over the 2nd Street Bridge has now turned into an argument over where to have a meeting about the 2nd Street Bridge. Let's catch up. Kentucky transportation officials want to take the Clark Memorial, or 2nd Street Bridge that you see behind me here, from 4 lanes down to 3. The reason? The bridge is 96 years old, the current lanes are pretty narrow, and the KYTC says making the lanes wider would improve safety. Okay, reasonable. Except their plan would give 2 lanes going north into Jeffersonville and only 1 lane going south into Louisville. And Jeffersonville Mayor Mike Moore basically looked at the morning traffic heading into Louisville and said, "Have you guys been here?" Moore wants it flipped. 2 lanes southbound and 1 lane northbound, and he's also suggested restricting large trucks and even looking at toll relief on other bridges to take some of the pressure off the free 2nd Street Bridge. Indiana Governor Mike Braun has also jumped into that discussion, backing concerns about what 1 southbound lane could do to southern Indiana commuters. But then things got fun. Mayor Moore wanted a face-to-face meeting with Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. COVID Andy's office offered a Zoom call. I guess it's still 2021. Apparently the governor has a podcast to record and a presidential campaign to pretend he hasn't started yet. You can't expect the man to drop everything just because thousands of Kentuckians and Hoosiers are trying to figure out how they're going to get across the river. I mean, he's got a national brand to build, right? Moore basically said, no, you need to come see the area. Then the KYTC said Moore was insisting the meeting actually take place on the bridge, which Moore called, and I'm quoting here, an outright lie. So we've officially reached the stage of government where we're no longer arguing about the bridge, we're arguing about where to argue about the bridge. Apparently Starbucks was unavailable. Now, as a realtor who works on both sides of the river, here's why I actually care about this. People live in Jeffersonville, New Albany, and Clarksville and commute to Louisville every single day. And plenty of people make that trip the other direction too. And when you're buying a house, commute time matters. You can have the perfect kitchen, 4 bedrooms, a fenced yard, and a beautiful primary suite, but if getting to work every morning requires snacks, a podcast, and an emotional support animal, we're probably going to need to talk about that. Hopefully Kentucky and Indiana can work this out, preferably in the same room and maybe even with chairs, and not in the middle of traffic on the 2nd Street Bridge. I'm Glenn Hockersmith. If you're buying or selling on either side of the river, give me a call. I'll help you find the house, but the politicians are apparently still working on how you're going to get there.